Silver Ferns shine in Invercargill to crush Australia and capture quad series. Silver Ferns shine in Invercargill to crush Australia and capture quad series. Paea Selby-Rickit filled a void left by Maria Tutaia. The Wallabies aren't the only national sports side in Australia with plenty to stew over. The Silver Ferns delivered their most emphatic performance of Janine Southby's coaching tenure to thump Australia 57-47 in Invercargill on Sunday and capture netball quad series for the first time. New Zealand, who were again without Maria Tutaia on bereavement leave, produced a character-building display, leading from start to finish for just their second victory in 7 games against Australia since Southby took over the reins. Courtney Bruce and April Brandley of Australia hunt for the rebound. What was most pleasing about the Silver Ferns win was the way they remained composed and kept applying pressure, never panicking when Australia made a mini-scoring run. There was no shortage of intrigue heading into the clash, with this being the first time the longtime foes have met since the respective Australian and New Zealand competitions were held this year. Katrina Grant, left, passes to Shannon Francois. The Ferns were rarely troubled through the court. South Africa's upset victory over England in the earlier game in Invercargill meant New Zealand needed to beat Australia by 4 goals to clinch their first quad series title in the 3rd edition of the series. They did that with aplomb, handling Leeson Alexander's Diamonds, a rare double-digit loss. It was a miserable afternoon for Australia, who were forced to pull off star shooter Caitlin Bassett and mid-court maestro Maddie Robinson during the match. Such was the dominance of the Silver Ferns. Australia were poor with their discipline again on defence, handing New Zealand too many easy opportunities close to the hoop, giving up 83 penalties for the match. Caitlin Bassett of Australia attempts a shot at goal. The Silver Ferns will realise this is just a start and will know a lot more about Australia during October's 4-game Constellation Cup series. Wing defence Sam Sinclair was one of several New Zealand standouts. Sinclair was under pressure coming into the game after 2 quiet showings in the first 2 quad series matches, but was superb, making life difficult for the Australian midcourt. Paea Selby-Rickit, handed a start at goal shoot on her Southern Steel home court, produced her most clinical performance in the black dress, finishing with 35-41. Silver Ferns midcourter Shannon Francois applies pressure to Australian midcourter Maddie Robinson during their quad series match in Invercargill. The Silver Ferns may have found an answer at goalkeep with talented youngster Kelly Jury starring and getting the better of Bassett, who for so long has been a thorn in New Zealand's side. Southby sprung several surprises to start to the game, with Selby-Rickit lining up at goal shoot and Baileyms moving into the unfamiliar goal attack bib. Gina Crampton came back into wing attack in place of Whitney Souness, while Jury was preferred over Jane Watson at goalkeep to counter the height of star Australian shooter Bassett. After Wednesday's 49-45 loss to England, the Silver Ferns made a determined start to the game, forcing Australia into uncharacteristic early turnovers. New Zealand flew out of the blocks, racing to a 12-4 advantage, with Australia looking rattled early on, throwing the ball away and failing to shut down the Silver Ferns on attack. Australia made a sloppy start, with the usually flawless Bassett missing her first attempt. The Diamonds were slow to adapt as a defensive unit and New Zealand punished them, leaping out to a 8-2 buffer. Epitomized the hunger in the Silver Ferns' effort, pulling in an intercept, which would have delighted Southby given her team's patchy through-court defence in their opening 2 Quad Series games. New Zealand went into the first quarter break 18-10 ahead, forcing Australia into an early change at centre with Liz Watson injected in for Kim Ravalian. Australia failed to adapt to the pressure of the Silver Ferns' zone defence, committing an alarming 13 turnovers in the first term and struggling with their discipline, giving up 21 penalties. Selby-Rickit stepped up her play in the shooting end, landing an impressive 21-22 in the first half as the Silver Ferns went into the main break 31-24 ahead. Australian netball teams didn't lie down for long and the Diamonds fought back strongly in the second term, scoring 3 goals in a row to cut New Zealand's lead to 20-14. Southby made her first change of the game in the third quarter as the Silver Ferns' lead ballooned out to 10, bringing Souness on for Crampton at wing attack. Souness didn't last long with Crampton, who had been so accurate with her feeding into Selby-Rickit and quickly inserted back into the lineup. Australia had the odd mini-scoring burst, but it never bothered the Silver Ferns, who hit right back at the other end of the court to take a decisive 44-33 advantage into the final term. New Zealand are back in action during a 3-game Tainey Jamieson Trophy series against England, starting in Paea on Thursday.